Hello and welcome to another update video about Gala. Yeah, the Gala chart shows a 5-wave pattern to the downside. It's worth to take a closer look at this entire pattern that started in November 21. It is very hard to look at this as a 3-wave pattern, especially because it came down so low in this current bear market. I mean, this is the Binance chart. I mean, you can look at the USDT chart. And then I think one of the longest chart histories is Kucoin. Here, of course, on the Kucoin chart, as you can see, the price has actually not made a new all-time low. But look, I mean, how low have we come? Okay, so it is not reliable. It is not reliable to say that this is only like a correction in an overall uptrend. It basically corrected just most of that increase initially. Even if I look at the fib levels here, see, it broke massively below the 78.6 retracement level. It's just not reliable in terms of an uptrend, especially looking at the fundamental issues that there are around the Gala ecosystem. Again, look at OKX, shows an all-time downtrend. Look at this one here, which also basically shows an all-time downtrend. So yeah, there is just nothing that is at the moment suggesting anything more bullish on the Gala chart. So obviously we gave Gala the chance. It needed to hold, however, for a consideration that this is only a 3-wave move down, right? Ideally, it should not have broken below, and we talked about that level at the time. Should not have broken below the 2.07 cent level. Okay, when it broke, and we never had really a confirmation that there was something bullish going on here, really. When it broke, this became very, very bearish. And the problem is now that until we really see an impulse, there is nothing here we can really do in terms of interpreting something more bullish into it. I've received questions about, okay, where do you think Gala could go in the next bull run? Well, it's actually highlighted here on the chart. I think we can possibly look at the area between 10.4 cents and 34.4 if it goes well. In such a structure, I've seen it many times before. There are many examples where a chart sort of produces 5 waves down. Sometimes, obviously, we would then count that as a wave 1. Sometimes in a wave 2 pullback, which would be the corrective rally, it doesn't even reach the 50% retracement level, which would be at 10 cents. So we just need to be aware of that, okay? Yes, something more bullish could play out. A chart can always restart. A chart can always develop something more bullish. But then it would need to prove that to us from an analysis point of view. See, as an analyst or anybody who's looking at any charts, you don't want to go to a chart and say, okay, I'm bullish on this project. Show me a bullish pathway. You want to look at the chart and say, okay, what does this chart tell me? Is it worth considering something bullish or rather bearish, or is it an unclear chart? This chart is rather bearish because it broke down in 5 waves, and the move up is rather a 3-wave structure. Even on the Kucoin chart, it's certainly not an impulse. Yeah, even though it looks like a 5-wave move there, but it's not an impulse, especially given that startup candles are always a bit unreliable. So 5 waves down, this would have to prove to us that something more bullish is going on by breaking in or by rallying in 5 waves above this resistance area. Okay, so what we will do as soon as we see the first impulse down here, obviously cannot rule out that something more bullish is going to play out here. What we will do, we will determine that a new uptrend has started. We'll track it as a corrective rally, which is also still significant upside potential, but it's just a counter trend move, so it is potentially more risky than if you trade, let's say, with the trend. I always say, for example, with Bitcoin, you at least know where you are, right? And with Ethereum, we at least know where we are because they have the long-term chart history. Here, Gala, especially due to the 5-wave move to the upside, rather more risky. Nevertheless, we will track the uptrend, and I will always highlight bullish support. And if that bullish support is broken, especially after reaching resistance, then it's very likely it will come down in this 3rd wave to the downside, which could then eventually lead to delistings everywhere. But we will see, it's far away from that. But obviously there are fundamental issues. Gala is still moving. The price is still moving here in this corrective price channel. no change. I received quite a few questions about this rally here. There is nothing special about this rally. The price is still in a range. I highlighted to you that nothing changes on this chart until the price breaks above 1.64 cents, which is the 50% retracement level of the last decline. That is an indication, an early indication that the immediate downtrend is changing, potentially back into an uptrend. We would need to see 5 waves above that resistance initially to consider short-term at least something more sustainably bullish. At the moment, we only saw a 3-wave move up, and it also got rejected perfectly again at one of our Fibonacci levels. So it's really following these Fib levels here. So only 3 waves up, and the red candle that we see here now again suggests potentially already a failure. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, if it can push above the next 2 Fibs here at 1.52, 1.55 cents, and then break above 1.63, then I will give a support area for the next pullback. It's just not very reliable, but that would then be potentially the beginning of a larger rally. Would like to see, though, for additional confirmation, a breakout of the descending price channels upper boundary line higher, and then there will be plenty of resistance along the way. It will also depend on the structure. I mean, this here was only a diagonal, which was the rally in June. That was the last significant rally. If something corrective like that occurs again, I would be highly skeptical. Okay, so again, it needs to break above the descending channel's upper boundary line, break above 1.63 cents, and then we can look at something more bullish here, potentially towards 10 cents. But again, we need to see that break out of the trend channel. So until then, next support levels, should we make a new low below the Saturday low last week, next support will be at 1.18 cent and 1 cent. Yeah, that's my update about Gala. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And as a channel member, if you're interested, every Sunday we do a weekly member live stream, again tomorrow. Then you get access to Discord and Telegram, to the live chat rooms, as well as additional educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to additional short-term market updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.